Hi, I'm Luke, Bike Shop Manager here with Competitive Cyclist. In today's Tech Tips video, we'll be walking you through how to service a creaky headset. First, let's talk about when it's time to service your headset. If you're out on a ride and you hear creaking or popping coming from the front end, it's a good time to open it up. Let's start with removing the front wheel off your bike. Next, loosen your stem pinch bolts with the appropriate Allen or Torx key. Next, remove your headset top cap. Be sure to hold on to your fork as it might drop out as you're removing this bolt. Now that you've got your top cap removed, remove the stem and the headset spacers. Keep track of the spacer orientation and make sure to keep holding onto the fork. This is the tricky bit, removing the fork. Make sure not to tangle up your cables or scratch your stanchions as you're doing it. Use a tie-down strap or a big stool to lay it on. Remove the headset top and both upper and lower bearings. See all that gunk? This headset is in desperate need of service. It's time to clean. Place the bearings on a microfiber towel and use a second one to wipe them off. You don't need to use any solvents or degreasers here, just good old elbow grease. Wipe out the inside of your head tube. Some frames might have cups and some frames are just a bare frame. Just make sure that bearing surface is clean. After that, wipe off the crown race. Again, keep those stanchions clear and free of scratches. Next, apply a high quality grease to the bearing mating surfaces. Use your finger to get an even coat. Lastly, apply a thin coat of grease to the split ring. This is often overlooked and is a common culprit of creaking. Now it's time to reassemble. Let's start with the bearings. First, install the upper bearing into the head tube, paying attention to the direction that it was first installed. Next, install the lower bearing onto the crown race of the fork. Grab your fork and bars, reorient all the cables to make sure nothing is tangled, and insert the fork into the head tube of the bike. While continuing to support the fork, grab your headset top and slide it down over the steer tube. If you want to be super pro, align your logos with the front of your head tube. Reinstall your headset spacers and stem, making sure to use the same orientation as you had when you took them off. Reinstall your headset top cap, making sure not to over-tighten this. Over-tightening can cause pitting and premature wear of the bearings. Finally, straighten your stem and torque down your stem pinch bolts to the appropriate torque spec. Now that you've done that, get out and ride your creak-free bike. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, reach out to a gearhead today.